What if I told you that most of what you've been taught about losing fat is actually slowing you down? For years, diet culture has been full of half-truths and outright lies. And believing them is the reason so many people stay stuck, no matter how hard they work. In this video, I'm breaking down the 5 biggest fat loss myths that are sabotaging your progress. And once you understand the truth, losing fat gets a whole lot easier. And if you're serious about finally shredding fat and building the body you want, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's coming next. Today's goal is simple: to bust the diet lies that are holding you back so you can finally see results without frustration. So let's dive into the first myth that's probably slowing you down right now. Myth number 1: carbs make you fat. Carbs are one of the most misunderstood parts of nutrition. For years, low-carb diets have been marketed as the ultimate fat loss solution, making people believe that bread, rice, or even fruit is the reason they can't lose weight. But here's the truth: carbs themselves don't make you fat. What actually matters most for fat loss is calorie balance, how many calories you take in versus how many you burn. If you're in a calorie surplus, you'll gain weight, whether that surplus comes from carbs, fats, or even protein. Cutting carbs may make you lose weight quickly at first, but most of that drop comes from losing water, not fat. That's why it feels like carbs are the problem when really it's about total calories. Now, that doesn't mean all carbs are equal. The quality of carbs plays a huge role in how you feel and how your body uses them. Whole food sources like fruit, oats, rice, potatoes, and vegetables provide energy, fiber, and nutrients your body needs to perform at its best. Processed carbs like candy, soda, and pastries, on the other hand, are easy to overeat because they give you calories with almost no nutritional value. So instead of fearing carbs, use them to your advantage. Stick to whole carbs that fuel your workouts and keep you satisfied, and focus on your overall calorie intake. When you get this right, carbs become a fat loss ally, not the enemy. Myth number 2: you need endless cardio to lose fat. If you've ever believed that fat loss means running on a treadmill for hours, you're not alone. For decades, cardio was sold as the only way to burn fat. And while cardio can help, it's far from the full picture. The truth is, endless cardio isn't necessary to lose fat. Yes, cardio burns calories, but it's only one tool in the toolbox. The foundation of fat loss is nutrition, creating a calorie deficit through what you eat. If your diet isn't dialed in, no amount of cardio will undo that. And here's something most people miss: doing too much cardio without strength training can actually backfire by causing muscle loss. When you lose muscle, your metabolism slows down, and burning fat becomes harder in the long run. The smarter approach is to combine strength training with a solid diet. Strength training helps you build and preserve lean muscle, and that muscle acts like a furnace, burning calories 24/7, even when you're resting. Cardio still has a place. It's great for heart health, improving endurance, and adding extra calorie burn. But it should be the side dish, not the main course. Think of it this way: you don't need to spend hours jogging or biking to lose fat. Instead, train with weights 3 to 4 times per week, sprinkle in some cardio you enjoy, and focus most of your effort on consistent nutrition. That's how you'll see results that last. Myth number 3: eating late at night causes fat gain. How many times have you heard, "Don't eat after 7 p.m., it all turns to fat"? This is one of the most common myths in dieting, and it keeps people stressed out about when they're eating instead of focusing on what and how much they're eating. The truth is, eating late at night doesn't automatically cause fat gain. What really matters is your total daily intake. If you eat more calories than you burn in a day, you'll gain weight. If you're in a deficit, you'll lose fat. It doesn't matter whether those calories come in at 8 a.m., 2 p.m., or midnight. Your body doesn't just decide to store calories differently because the clock hits a certain hour. Intermittent fasting is a perfect example of this. Many people choose to skip breakfast and eat their first meal later in the day, often afternoon. They still lose fat because their overall calories are under control, proving that timing isn't the magic factor. That said, eating late at night can lead to problems if it turns into mindless snacking. For example, sitting in front of the TV with chips, cookies, or ice cream can push you into a calorie surplus without even realizing it. So the real issue isn't the time, it's the habits. Here's the takeaway. If you like eating later in the evening, that's fine. Just make sure it fits your calorie goals and choose nutrient-dense foods instead of junk. Timing isn't the villain. Overeating is. Myth number 4. You have to eat small meals every 2 to 3 hours. For years, we've been told that eating 6 small meals a day keeps your metabolism fired up and helps you burn more fat. Sounds convincing, right? The problem is, science doesn't back it up. Eating every 2 to 3 hours doesn't speed up your metabolism, and it's not necessary for fat loss. Here's why. Digestion does burn some calories, but the effect is directly tied to the size and type of the meal, not how frequently you eat. If you eat 2,000 calories in 3 meals or in 6 meals, your body burns roughly the same amount of energy processing that food. The metabolism boost from constant grazing is just a myth. The real key is finding a meal schedule that you can stick to consistently. For some people, smaller, more frequent meals work well because they prevent overeating and keep hunger in check. For others, it's easier to eat 2 or 3 larger meals and feel fully satisfied. Neither approach is inherently better. What matters is what helps you stay in a calorie deficit without feeling miserable. In fact, constantly worrying about eating every few hours can create stress, make food feel like a chore, and even lead to overeating because you're eating when you're not hungry. So forget the idea that there's a magic number of meals. Choose the eating pattern that works best for your lifestyle, energy, and hunger. Fat loss is about sustainability and consistency, not strict meal timing rules. Myth number 5. Fat-burning supplements are the secret. Walk into any supplement store and you'll see shelves packed with fat burners promising rapid results. The marketing is convincing, but here's the reality. Fat-burning supplements are not the secret to losing weight. Most fat burners are loaded with caffeine, green tea extract, or other stimulants. Do they burn a few extra calories? Sure. But we're talking about a very small amount, maybe 50 to 100 calories per day. That's the equivalent of skipping half a cookie. Not exactly the magic pill the ads make them out to be. The reason these products sell so well is because people want a shortcut. It's easier to believe a pill will melt fat than to accept that fat loss comes from consistent nutrition, training, and habits. But if supplements truly worked the way they're advertised, nobody would struggle with weight loss. That's not to say all supplements are useless. Caffeine can boost energy and performance in workouts. Protein powder is a convenient way to hit your daily protein target, and creatine is great for strength and muscle growth. But when it comes to fat loss, the secret isn't in a capsule. The real fat burner is consistency. Consistency with your calorie intake, consistency with your workouts, and consistency with your lifestyle. That's what drives results. Supplements might give you a 1% edge, but the other 99% comes from you and your daily habits. So don't waste money chasing a magic pill. Invest your energy in the basics that actually work. Let's quickly recap the 5 myths that keep people stuck. Myth number 1. Carbs don't make you fat. Overeating does. Myth number 2. You don't need hours of cardio. Strength training plus nutrition is the foundation. Myth number 3. Eating late at night doesn't cause fat gain. It's your total daily calories that matter. Myth number 4. You don't have to eat every 2 to 3 hours. Your metabolism doesn't work that way. Myth number 5. Fat-burning supplements aren't the secret. Consistency is. The bottom line is this. The moment you stop chasing these lies is the moment fat loss becomes simple. Focus on the fundamentals, and your body will reward you. If you found this helpful, Make sure to like the video and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. In fact, my next video is all about the one rule that makes fat loss easy. And trust me, it's a game changer. Until then, check out the playlists on my channel for more fat loss strategies, workouts, and nutrition tips to keep your progress moving forward.